list 1.1 million invalid registrations ahead of the 2023 elections. Kenya swears a new president, William Ruto. Good evening, you listen to Freedom Global News on 99.5 FM. I am Hauwa Adamu Kiyawa. Today is the 13th of September 2022, which is equivalent to the 16th of Safar, 1444 after Hijri. And now the news in full. The Department of State Services, DSS, has alleged that its preliminary investigation established the offences of logistics supplier, aiding and abetting acts of terrorism against Tukur Mamu. The DSS, in an affidavit in support of its ex parte motion filed before Justice Kionye Maha of the Federal High Court in Abuja, also alleged that the investigation established acts of terrorism financing against Mamu, the former terrorist negotiator. Earlier today, Justice Maha granted the motion ex parte moved by counsel for the DSS, Ahmed Magaji, seeking an order to detain Mamu for 60 days in the first instance, pending the conclusion of the investigation. The motion was dated and filed on September 12th by UN Dauda, a lawyer with a security outfit. The DSS in the application had sought an order enabling the State Security Service and applicant to detain the respondent, Mamu, for a period of 60 days in the first instance, pending the conclusion of the investigation. Mamu is the sole respondent in the suit. In the affidavit, in support of the ex parte motion deposed by Hamza Pandogari, a legal officer with the DSS, who said it was necessary for Mamu to be detained for 60 days in the first instance of the investigation of various acts of terrorism against him. Pandogori alleged that Mamu, the self-acclaimed Kaduna train negotiator, exploits the opportunity to perpetrate, aid and abet, as well as render support to both local and international terrorist organizations. The Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps NSCDC in Jigawa today said that 5 people were injured from a suspected smuggled gas that exploded in the Mabura local government area of the state. The spokesman of the NSCDC, CSC Adamu Shehu, who confirmed the incident in Dutse, added that the explosion also damaged shops and houses. Also, the police public relations officer in the state, DSP Lawrence Shizu, confirmed the incident. He said that 17 shops and 5 houses were damaged by the inferno caused by the explosion. Then a CDC spokesman, Shehu, in his account, said that the incident occurred on Monday at 9 p.m. after security operatives on stop and search in the area flagged down a truck conveying 25 gas cylinders. He said that the driver of the truck refused to stop, hence he was pursued by the security operatives. As a result, one of the gas cylinders fell off the truck and caught fire immediately. The spokesman added that the vehicle was coming from Tinkim town in Magaria local government area of Niger Republic and was heading towards Hadija local government area of Jigawa state. He said that the victims were currently receiving treatment at the Babura General Hospital. The Kano state government has commiserated with those affected by the Tiga Dam disaster and affirms that the government will do all it can to provide aid to those affected. The state governor, Abdullahi Umar Ganduji, stated this today during a visit to the dam with the Minister of Water Resources. The state governor was represented by the state's deputy governor, Nasir Yusuf Gawna, who appreciated President Muhammadu Buhari for sending the delegation to come and see what is happening and come up with a solution.
We want to extend our appreciation to the Honorable Minister for finding time to come. And all the people have heard that this is a natural phenomenon. There is heavy rain, and it has been forecasted by NIMET that a lot of states are going to experience flood. And all around the country, we're experiencing that. Till now, there is no loss of life. There is a lot of flood which affected farmlands and houses, and it caused across Kano state government, the state in general.
In a remark, the Minister of Water Resources, Engineer Hauwa Adamu, expressed the federal government's sympathy to the farmers affected and also appealed to them to close the bridge until the water has gone down.
Our sympathies to the farmers in this locality and downstream, because this has a lot of impact downstream. We've seen even from the air when so many farmlands have been inundated on account of this excess water that has spilled outside the natural channel of the spillway. And as you can see, NEMA, National Emergency Management Agency, are here also to assess the damage that has been done. And at the end of the day, we'll compile our report for possible assistance through the mobile agency.
Correspondent Zara Onasu reports that the minister was accompanied by the senator representing Kano South, Kabiru Gaya, among other dignitaries. And on the sporting arena, the Nigeria Football Federation Electoral Committee 2022 has cleared a total of 11 persons to contest for the position of the NFF president at the elections scheduled for September 30th in Benin City. Ramatan Uba has details of this and other sports updates.
Top on the list are incumbent First Vice President Sheyi Akinwumi, Second Vice President Malan Shehu Dikko, Chairman of Chairman Alhaji Ibrahim Musa Gusau, Member of Board Suleiman Yahaya Kwande, Immediate Past General Secretary Musa Amadou, and Head of Safety and Security of the Confederation of African Football, Dr. Christian Omerua. Also cleared for the post to be vacated by FIFA Council member Ahmad Malvik Pinnick, a former NFF First Vice President Mazi Amanze Ochebulam, Chairman of the FCT Football Association Malang Adam Mukhtar Mohammed, former Nigeria international goalkeeper Peter Said Ida, former chairman of Kano Filas FC and chief of staff in the office of the Minister of Youth and Sport Development, Alhaji Abayola, and UK-based David Buhari Duhati, Paul Yusuf and Marcelino Anyawu were disqualified as a result of invalid nomination. The trio of Felix Anyasi Agu, Senator Obina Oba, and Chinedu Okowe will battle for the post of First Vice President, while Yusuf Ahmad was the only one who obtained the form and has been cleared for the position of Chairman of Chairmen. In another update, reigning Commonwealth and World 100-meter hurdles champion Toby Amusan has arrived in Lagos today following her victories at the World Athletic Championship in Oregon, United States, and more recently in Zurich, Switzerland. The 25-year-old set a meet record of 12 minutes 29 seconds to win the women's 100-meter hurdles in Zurich and won $30,000 last Thursday. And on tennis, Great Britain is to start their Davis Cup Finals campaign against the United States of America in Glasgow as the competition's group stages begin tomorrow. Great Britain will face the USA, the Netherlands, and Kazakhstan in Group D for a place in the November finals in Malaga. Cameron Norrie, Dan Evans, Andy Murray, Joe Salisbury, and Neil Scoopsey will compete for Britain, who have won the event 10 times, most recently in 2015. A minute silence will take place at the start of each day's play as a mark of respect following the death of Queen Elizabeth II, while the British team will wear black armband or ribbons and the national anthem will be played. Muhammad Sanu Uba, Freedom Radio.
The global news is coming to you from Freedom Radio 99.5 FM. Welcome back. You're still listening to Freedom Global News on 99.5 FM. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has delisted 1.1 million fresh registrants ahead of the 2023 general elections. INEC National Commissioner and Chairman, Information and Voter Education Committee, Festus Okoye, said this today in a statement. Festus Okoye noted that the cleaning up of the register of voters using the automated biometric identification system, ABIS, is ongoing since the suspension of the continuous voter registration, CVR, on 31st July 2022. He added that earlier the Commission informed Nigerians that out of the 2,523,000 1,458 fresh registrants that registered between 28th June 2021 and 14th January 2022, 1,126,359 records were found to be invalid and consequently delisted. Explained that the abyss for 15th January to 31st July 2022 is almost completed, noting that several double, multiple, and ineligible registrants have also been detected and invalidated. The pop cola company located in Kano State says it will continue improving its products as well as introducing some new ones in order to continue satisfying their customers wherever they are across the country. The chief executive officer of the company, Hassan Mahmouda, stated this when Pop Cola Company celebrated its one-year anniversary here in Kano State. Hassan Mahmouda expressed his gratitude to the good people of Kano for the way they receive the products as well as other parts of the country, noting that their goal is ultimate customer satisfaction.
Because we are always looking for an investment. And nowadays, the best way to invest is to go into foods, beverages, something that people can consume. Pop Cola now, everybody knows. Pop Cola is a household name now. And Pop Cola is a Nigerian brand. This is not a brand that you bring from outside and you just copy the name. This is born in Nigeria, born in Kano. It is the product of the people. That's why it's POP, P-O-P, product of people. I celebrate it with pride. You can see people how happy they are. People are more happy than us because this is their own brand.
In his remarks, the Kano State Governor, Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, who was represented by the Deputy Governor of Kano State, Alhaji Nasiru Yusuf Gavuna, said the people of Kano are proud of Hassan Mahmouda and his company, which is a Nigerian brand.
Hassan always felt that he's so proud of Kano State that there is nowhere I can go and invest other than Kano State. He has invested so much in Kano State, and I've always been priding all the investments Hassan is doing in Kano State. I think he has over 10,000 employees at the moment, and there is nothing Kano State government would be proud of more than this. Hassan has branded Pop Cola as born in Nigeria.
Correspondent Abdul Karim Muhammad Tukuntawa reports that Hassan Mahmouda urged security agencies and the government to quickly put an end to insecurity bedeviling the country. And on the foreign scene, William Ruto was sworn in as Kenya's fifth post-independence president at a pomp-filled ceremony today after his narrow victory in a bitterly fought but largely peaceful election. Amina Mukhtar Yahya reports.
William Ruto won the election with 50.5% of the vote to Mr. Odinga's 48.8%. Mr. Ruto, the former deputy president, was handed a copy of Kenya's constitution and is sworn to represent the transfer of power from President Uhuru Kenyatta. Mr. Kenyatta congratulated Mr. Ruto on his win only a day before his inauguration. Mr. Kenyatta said he was committed to peaceful transition and urged the new president to serve all Kenyans. With his hand on a Bible, the 55-year-old swore to preserve and protect the Constitution. In a statement, Raila Odinga said he had received a call from Mr. Ruto inviting him to the inauguration, but that he would not attend as he was abroad and he did not believe the election was free and fair. This is despite the fact that the Supreme Court handed down a unanimous judgment confirming Mr. Ruto's victory and dismissing Mr. Odinga's concerns that the election was marred by widespread irregularities. Mr. Ruto won after portraying himself as a hustler who was challenging an attempt by two dynasties, the Odingas and Kenyattas, to hang on to power. He promised a bottoms-up approach to the economy to tackle the high unemployment rate among young people and to improve the lives of those less well off. Amina Mukhtar Akase, Freedom Radio.
And with this, we've come to the end of today's Global News. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Hauwa Adamu Kiyawa. Have a wonderful evening.
This is Freedom Global News.
Freedom.
Pop.
Freedom.